हम सिर्फ 3 घंटे सोते हैं और बाकी 21
So I
घंटे
met-
काम करते हैं.
I met some subscribers at a concert and they were like, very good to see you relax. I'm
And
like,
as Amit Shah ji said, fresh भी नहीं होते. अश्वत्थामा बलिव्यासो हनुमानश्च विभीषण कृपः परशुरामश्च सप्तते चिरंजीविनः.
I will channel my inner Jayashree Deepak and tell you that
You know, this whole... God damn, let's leave sport out of all this shit.
And then there was this video that I saw of this Jayashah's slow-mo shots of him hugging everyone and celebrating as if he's
Yeah,
like
Jayashree was the star
Also,
of...
that official video of him, they counted, no? Like, he appears out of 37 seconds, he's there like for 30 seconds.
Yeah.
The captain is not there, but Jayashree is there.
That's just odious to me.
If I call you Judge Saab in jest, will you be arrested for impersonation or will I?
Both.
Depends on both. Okay. Just sort of taking it to the temple. You know, we have... This is a secular country. Why should we take a temple? Would it be okay if suddenly someone, took it to a church or a mosque? There'd be some...
And your
MP
team comprised of players.
So
like-
I just think religiosity in sport is distasteful.
So I think if it's a personal thing also, Ramzan, if personally a player feels like, okay, I cannot give my best, but this fast is more important, then they can just exclude themselves of the game. And if overwhelmingly the team feels that, all of us feel that way, then the team should sit it out. I think it shouldn't be institutionalized. It shouldn't be something on the team. Same thing with the World Cup. If the captain wants to then go after the match and thank the god or whatever, or somebody wants to go to church, whatever, it's fine. Like individuals can profess to their faith. I think as a team, it's better to keep it out because then you don't know how it starts to creep in.
So religion in sports, I feel, is unavoidable because people are religious. My issue with this is that it's bad because it works within the framework of a religious majoritarian system that therefore assumes a more exclusionary character. And in this case, I speak only about the trophy being taken to the temple. I mean, it's a board being run by the BJP pretty much. And that is a party that oppresses minorities and all the other colorful things that we know about it. And like you said, it is therefore unimaginable that a trophy be taken to a dargah or Sanju Samson taking it to a church without it becoming a huge fucking deal. So my problem is that hyper-nationalism means this isn't benign anymore, where once upon a time you'd say that it's part of life, people have faith, they can practice without harming anyone else at a fundamental level, but I don't think that exists. It's done to establish a kind of supremacy, to strike a very masculine, aggressive, nationalist note.
In this case, of course, it's a very difficult call for the parents because at the back of your head, no matter what the doctor says, everyone thinks there is a chance, there is a miracle that could happen. And
I thought what the court said was really moving, which is they said, to Harish's family, we want to acknowledge the deep emotional weight this decision carries. This decision can feel like an act of surrender, but we believe it is in truth an act of profound courage and compassion. You're not giving up on your son, you are allowing him to leave with dignity.
In this case, imagine for 12 years, your doctors have said there's no way of this to happen. Imagine the parents' agony. For 12 years, you're going again and again to the hospital. And I'm wondering about the medical bills also. I don't think the state takes it. What if I can't go on with...
Right.
It's a heavy cost to bear.
Generations are destroyed. I think at 90, it's better to die than live like that. But would I take the same decision for instead of my 90-year-old father, if it were my 25-year-old son? You see, my entire decision-making parameters would change.
Yeah.
I'd say, no, dude, even if he can come out at 45, I'll wait. अंग्रेज अपना लगान और न्यूज लॉन्ड्री अपना हफ्ता कभी नहीं छोड़ते. Welcome to another episode of Hafta. We're recording this at 11:15 on Friday the 13th. Scary
I'm surprised
music.
you know.
What? That I know it's like a scary
Friday,
day.
Yeah.
Dude, Friday the 13th 1 was released in my
In your
time.
generation.
By the time you guys came around, the Friday part 18 and 20 had come. So
Dang, dang, dang.
we are the OGs of Friday the 13th. All if any of you know why it's considered this scary day, anyone knows? Or just randomly we took Friday the 13th as opposed to Tuesday the 12th? Or...
No, isn't it something to do with the Last Supper or whatever? It's also... Yeah, like Jesus plus 12. It's also why if you are 13 at dinner, the first person who gets up will die.
Judas was the 13th.
Yeah.
All right. So this and many valuable current affairs tidbits you get from news watching and listening to Hafta. But before we introduce the panel, And the headlines, I would like to welcome those of you who are not yet but want to be a part of the wonderfully happily tribe, which we are calling family because we have taken a cue from our great leader Narendra Modi ji that Israel is fatherland, India is motherland of whatever people are saying, whether it's of Jews or democracy, whatever you want. Modi ji has a very wide canvas that he paints on. So we are saying that Newslaundry is the fatherland and News Minute is the motherland of good journalism, public interest journalism. So here's a little promo, and do scan the QR code, click on the link, and join the happy family of people who want to support journalism with the fatherland and motherland of journalism.
Israel is their fatherland and India their motherland.
My dear Mitro, today a vibrant community of journalists have realized that true journalism is almost dead. Newslaundry is the fatherland and the News Minute is the motherland for journalism. Come, let's build a happy family of news lovers together. Get 15% off on a joint subscription to both News Minute and Newslaundry. So the QR code will remain next to my face for a bit. So do scan it or click on the link below. Subscribe, pay to keep news free. We also have a Bulldozers in Kashi Sena project. Here's a QR code for that. You can scan this and ensure that we have the resources to do justice to this series, which is already underway. With that, in the studio today, we have a completely in-house panel because there are 2 or 3 conceptual, philosophical things we want to discuss. So I thought we should have philosophers all around. But we didn't get those, so we just have these people. So, in the studio is Manisha Pande,
Hi. Makeshift.
Anand, Vardhan, Raman, Kirpal,
Hi.
Ghar ke philosophers, Plato, NATO, potato, and tomato. And Jayashree joins us from Chennai.
Hello, hello.
And I'm Abhinandan Sekhri. So, let's get the headlines first and then we'll get into the discussions. This whole religiosity in sport. I'll give 2 contexts. One is the World Cup being taken to this temple and to be blessed, I guess. I don't know.
After winning.
After winning. So, and meanwhile, in the Leeds United was it Leeds versus Manchester City or was it some other game? Was it Nottingham? I think it was, Leeds versus Man City. And this has happened in the past also, as in the breaking the match so that the Muslim players can break their Ramadan fast. For 5 minutes they break and then it's resumed. So there was booing from the Leeds crowd.
Okay.
And Pep said that's unfortunate, we have to respect this thing, etc. I mean, I don't think they should be booing, but I personally find it, I really find it really strange when they break a match to read the namaz or to break the fast. Dude, it's a bloody match, man. Like, now this is pandering in my view.
And to establish a kind of supremacy, to strike a very masculine, aggressive, nationalist note. And that is why it is disturbing to me. It is, if it was a truly secular or pluralistic place where people of all faiths have equal rights and fair representation and all those things, then I think it would be a complete non-issue, because I don't think you can decouple a person from their faith when it is something that is tied so intrinsically to them. And I think also in the greater context of other stuff that we've been seeing, which is like Jemima Rodriguez, when she won, she said, "Thank Jesus." She got viciously trolled. They said her father conducts conversions at the Bombay Gymkhana Club. They kicked out that poor Bangladeshi player. The Prime Minister has told us that cricket match with Pakistan was like Operation Sindoor. I mean, little things, like that boy who was cheering Pakistan, allegedly, some neighbor passing outside, they filed an FIR against him and they arrested
that's
him.
ridiculous.
So I'm saying those are the real, issues I have about religion creeping into sport. But in a fair, equitable, secular world, I would not really have a problem with it.
No, I think the idea was to club all of them together. I mean, ever since this government has come, religion, nationalism, all of them have to be clubbed. So I personally feel that religion is a personal affair. And if I do anything, even if I do anything in public and if it brings happiness to others, fine. I'm okay with it. But if it doesn't, if disturbs others, then I think one should not do it in public. So in the football case also, I think they should not. They should not. No, if they want to keep their fast, they should not play.
Or they can take a sub. They can play just that much or play later.
Yes. And in this case, I mean, will you allow Jemima or say Siraj or say Samson to take this trophy to church and masjid? The government, nobody's
never
going to
say
allow.
yeah, they'll become.
Nobody's going to allow.
They'll
Siraj
be
is
told.
part of.
Now the legality of euthanasia is complicated in different parts of the country. It is outright illegal in actually a lesser part of the world. In most of the world, Europe, North America, even parts of Asia, it's like there's a difference in assisted suicide, which is legal in Switzerland. But
I think Belgium also.
yes, Belgium also, you're correct. But euthanasia is not, which I'm guessing that it's because someone else is taking that decision. I'm guessing.
Decision
Whereas
for you,
assisted
yeah.
suicide, you're taking the decision.
Yeah.
No, but also the difference being active and passive.
Yeah,
active being that
Right.
passive is when the patient dies because
You
don't
remove
do
life support.
something required to keep him alive.
And-
Active would be
You actually
To
administer
instigate the
something
death.
to
right. So that is the context. I think it's a really interesting and fascinating concept.
This judgment given by the judges, I don't know if he was influenced by John Lennon's song "Give Peace a Chance." So here he says, "Give
Death a chance.
So I think we have very few such cases.
Sorry to cut in, sir. It sounds nice as a line, but it makes no sense really. Like death. What do you give death a chance? Death is the ultimate chance. It has all the chances.
I'll respond to that.
Okay.
So no, I mean in the latter vein, I'm saying that. See, I think we have very few such cases that come up, but it need the judgment, I think, is pretty good, and one should definitely observe it and should enact it. But you need a very proper institution because it can be misused also. So that misuse you need to stop. So how you are going to do it? So you need to discuss and come out with an institution where the permission for such deaths need to be taken, whether passive or active. I think people on their own cannot be allowed to do so.
In fact, in the bizarre case,
Pothole. I was just going to say.
lady.
In fact, I was wondering if Sudhir Chaudhary is going to do pothole के 101 फायदे. हमारी सरकार बहुत
Yeah, I
दूरदर्शी है.
sometimes feel these stories are made up. How can this be that somebody like it just does
Yeah,
not. It's
I
like the
know.
movie कि वो coconut गिरा, you lose your memory, then वहीं same जगह गिरा, then you're back. It's so weird.
And none of the news reports explained it. They just said she woke up.
I
after
think
she
it's
went out
some
of the
bored reporter who thought चलो आज थोड़ा मजा करते हैं, let's just
And
put
they all
something-
had that same photo of that surprised-looking woman sitting in between her husband and her son. And they said, yeah. So,
It just doesn't seem true.
But I think going to very all kinds of hospitals in 7-8 days, we underestimate people's will to live, even very terminally ill people, and we also underestimate the danger of family misusing it.
Yeah, that
Families-
actually,
I was just
I
gonna
think
come to
that's the
that.
main thing. The
Yeah.
main red flag is,
The family
you know,
misuse.
misusing it.
And he's right that there are few cases like that, but a country of the population scale of India, few cases means
Would be
few
many.
lakhs.
वह says मरने के कारण हो सकता है तो जीने के भी हो सकते हैं. I agree, too many things are really fucked up and shitty, but considering the world we belong to, where you have 2,500 calories coming in a day and 2.5 meters to cover, there's actually so much excitement. There's so much to look forward to in the world. I really believe that. In fact, I was on a podcast yesterday and someone was, everyone and Manisha also gets that. She says, people say, oh, you are so brave. How do you deal with this? How do you deal with that? You know, all these police cases, all this. I was like, dude, like, fine, there are like 10 fucked up things, but there are 50 fucking amazing things also, yeah, in what we do. You know, it's not that miserable. Our lives are pretty good. And I'm sure yours is too. Just focus on what's nice.
3 prominent religions of India: Hinduism, Jainism, Buddhism don't accept death as final. So it is, you can give it a chance because we believe that there's something after death. It's a soul that moves from one body to the other. The body is just a costume to be discarded for the soul to move on to its next journey. So we have a very beautiful relationship with death as a culture. It is not this dour, there's no purgatory, there's no hell, or there's no like terrible things happening to you after death. It's a soul's journey. And so I think with that civilizational Indic concept, the courts should allow, and in this case, actually, what's very interesting is I think 2011 is when the guidelines come in, right? After the Aruna case, that these are the circumstances under which you can kill people off. I shouldn't keep saying kill people off.
You shouldn't keep saying
You should let...
You can let people die with dignity. So one of the complications in this case was because of which the parents had to approach the Supreme Court is that it made, so the guidelines did not cover all kind of situations. So you can...
बस मुफ्त में इतना ही मिलेगा. For the full uncut podcast, subscribe to Newslaundry and pay to keep news free. The best way to listen to the Hafta and indeed all our podcasts is through the Newslaundry app. You can download the app by clicking on the links given in the show notes. So do download our app and get the best podcast experience. And also pay for news and support a new news media ecosystem that Newslaundry is trying to encourage, where we are accountable to you because we run on contributions that you make. We don't take government ads, we don't take corporations ads, so that news serves the public, because when the public pays, the public is served. Subscribe to Newslaundry, click on the link in the show notes below and proudly say, I pay to keep news free.